Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft building tutorial. I am Samaranth00 and what you see behind me is what we did last episode. It's our ancient Greek temple. This episode is going to be a little bit of a continuation of that theme with an ancient Greek inspired house. This first episode is going to be just the exterior of the house, while next episode is going to be all the interior decorating and such. So, if you end up liking this video, stay tuned for the next one. Now let's get building. Alright. So, the first thing that we want to get started on is the foundation of the house. We're going to build this out of smooth quartz, regular quartz blocks, and then quartz bricks. You'll see whenever I get started building, using all three of these blocks just really adds to the texture of it, so that it doesn't look all the same. Alright, you're going to want to make sure you have a 33 block wide by 27 long area to work with. That's going to be encompassing the entire build right here. Alright, so the best technique to do these, to get a little randomness, is just scrolling your mouse wheel across your entire hotbar, so that whenever you place blocks, it's just a random chance of whatever blocks you get. And hopefully you don't misplace like that. And I just have this outline set here to help me see where everything goes. So we're going to do a little time lapse of me placing all these blocks. We're going to go 5 high, and I'll be back. So after you have your base walls 5 blocks high, we're actually going to take this front curved section down by 1, because it only needs to be 4 blocks tall. And then we're going to come inside this outline. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the 8th block we're going to go up like that. Still trying to keep the interspersed different textured blocks in there. These are going to become doorways inside our house, and this layer is going to be covered up by floor blocks, and we want it to be 3 blocks tall with 1 block on top. So that's the first room outlined, then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yep, there we go. On the 8th block, we're going up. The same on this side. And the same over here. There we go. We're not going to do one in this middle block. We're going to come over here and do it again. Same thing on this side. After this, we're going to add the floors. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. for the floors, we are going to use stripped birch logs. We're going to try and run them all the same direction. There's some grass getting in the way. Pretty much just running them through the entire outline, running this direction. So that it looks a little bit like just a wood paneled floor. And as we are finishing up placing this flooring in, the next thing that we're going to be doing is busting out a little doorway here and then in that little outer wall. We're going to go 3 high by, I think we'll go 4 wide. And then over here we are going to just do 3 by 3. And we'll fix that whenever we get to doing this courtyard. And now we're going to bust out some windows in the walls. So really, you can put the windows wherever you like. You could put windows in every single room. I'm not going to do that because when it's all done, it looks just a little bit too uniform. Like having windows kind of not everywhere. So I'll put 2 windows in this room, and I'm considering this one window. Then we'll put a window on this side facing the little courtyard in here, nothing here. Put a window here, and we'll put a window here. Let's see, we did one on this side, so we won't put one here, but we'll put one over here. And then, let's see, let's put one here. Put 2 in this room. Alright. So that's where the windows are going to go. They're going to get decorated soon. Once we finish up the structure of the house. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is put in the roof of the first floor, excuse me, slash the floor of the, oh, I just had a brain fart. We're going to be putting in the roof of the first story, which is also going to be the floor of the second story. Also out of these stripped birch logs. But first, we're going to need to raise this outer wall up by 1. So I'm going to use the same technique that I used earlier of using the scroll wheel to randomize a little bit. Oh, is that a squid that just died over there? To raise this all up by 1, except none of these inside wall pieces, we're not going to touch those because the floor is going to go on top of those. Alright, so now we're going to grab our birch logs again and do the exact same thing we just did, only on top of here. Actually, you know what, before we do that, let's find some sea lanterns. I'm just going to put some sea lanterns in here to keep these rooms lit up once I put the roof in, because I don't want any bats spawning around in here because they are annoying with their high-pitched squeaking noises. So just making sure that this is bat proof. And with that out of the way, we'll start on the floor. Alright, after we get that floor in, it's time to build up the walls of the second level. We're going to build these up 6 blocks tall using the same technique of scrolling the mouse wheel as we did for the rest of the quartz in the build. Alright, I guess you guys know what this means. It's another time-lapse time. So as you can see from that time lapse, I decided that we aren't going to have a second story in this section. Instead, we're going to turn this into a little kind of outdoorsy patio sort of thing, which means that only this section is going to need a roof, which is coincidentally what we're going to do next. You can also see I threw in some sea lanterns in there just for lighting purposes like before. So for the roof, we're going to be using the acacia slabs, just like we did over there at the temple, because it looks nice with this color palette, and it looks similar to what I think they would have used. So we're going to go up in a fashion like this. And then out 2. Once, so we can get it like that. And then the second time, just the top half slabs. So it kind of gets a little bit of a taper to it like that. We're going to do that on this side as well. And then this second part. And lastly, oh, that doesn't need to be there. There we go. And now we just extend this roof all the way to meet each other. I'll be right back once I'm done with that. And once we're done finishing up this roof, we can take a step back, see how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. I hope you guys do too. Alright, and then we're going to be working on a little decoration for all these windows you see here. So what we're going to do is take these smooth quartz stairs, arrange them in a fashion like that, acacia fence, 3 blocks tall, then acacia slabs, down like that. Just gives it a little bit more color to the side of the house, and also, covers the window. You could put a little flower pot or something out there. Just looks nice and good for the house. So we're going to do that wherever we see these two, windows like this on every side of the house. I'll meet back up with you guys once I've done that. Okay, now we come back to this last double window. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to place the upside down smooth quartz stairs all along there with these end caps just at the very end. We're going to use the acacia fences here 1, 2, 3 tall, here 1, 2, 3 tall, but here only 2 tall. And then the slabs are going to form a somewhat elongated M shape because of the 2 windows there. Alright, and that's going to be all the windows for now. Next up is we're going to just decorate this wall a little bit. I'm going to use the smooth quartz slabs there just to put an extra block there. We can now switch back over to our acacia slabs, which are like this. Now that doesn't look too good on its own there, does it? But if we go like this on both sides, it actually looks pretty nice. A nice little covering for our entrance gateway. And then we're going to come over here where we have our outdoor patio. And we're going to add the staircase to get up to there. And that's also how you're going to get up to the whole second story. You can see there's no staircase inside there. So we're just going to be using this one. So we're going to start with our slabs out here. Using them that way. Making full blocks out of them, but still only going up half a slab each time. I forgot about this one. Once you get to this window, you might not be able to put the entire covering on it because the stairs get in the way. But don't worry, because we'll just do it like that, and the stairs are the covering for that window. Then we're going to use our acacia fences and acacia fence gates to line this top patio part and make a kind of a little gazebo with it. Oh, wrong one. I'm gonna go 4 high. Then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 in between, and on the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want these on this side to line up. Oh, come on. Alright, and then we're going to use the actual acacia fence gates as the little barrier. Just because I like the way they look a little bit better than the regular fences. Here, we're not going to put anything because this is the entrance where people walk in. But all along here are just going to be our fence gates. And then the same thing along the top. Now you're going to have to shift click them in, because if you try to just place them normally, you'd open the gate up. So you don't want that. You want all the gates closed. So hold shift when you place, and it'll place like a normal block. Once all those are placed, we have a ring around the top and a ring around the bottom, but now we gotta fill it in. This is going to be with more acacia fences. That's going to be make the kind of lattice of the gazebo. We're going to go across this way every single block with the fence gates. And I was actually wrong, guys. I made a mistake. For this top kind of ring of fence gates that we placed, we actually want those to be regular fences, because as you might have seen, these fence gates here didn't connect with the other fence gates, but they will connect with the regular fences. So we want to put those in there. But down at the bottom, we're not going to be putting any fence gates across, so we can keep those as the nicer looking fence gates. And once that's all fixed, we can step back and admire the gazebo we just built. Next, for this entrance, I'm gonna soften this up a little bit. You know, we don't want to have to jump into our house. I'm just gonna put a nice little front porch right there. Let's just step right on up. And now, I believe it is time to do the inner courtyard. So, first, we're gonna wanna take care of that, and then let's get out our shovel, and we're going to want to use path blocks as our little road coming in here. And you can extend it out from the houses however far you like. I'm just going about there. Maybe make it a little ended right there. And then when we come in, we're going to go 3 blocks, then out at a diagonal on both ends until you're until you're 3 blocks away from the edge of the house. Then we're going to go back up towards the house. Whoops. Up here is where the path is going to meet. We're going to go just to make sure we get these all lined up right. Alright, so now we have this little oval shape here in the middle. You might be asking, what are we going to do there? We are going to build a custom tree. So I'm going to use spruce fences and jungle leaves to build a little makeshift olive tree, because this is ancient Greece, right? And they were known for olives. So now I'll be the first to admit I am not the greatest when it comes to custom trees, but that is something I believe everybody should do, is kind of branch out from their comfort zone. So for me, I'm more of a straight and narrow type of builder. I like to have my straight lines, a lot of buildings and such, and not so much anything organic like trees or some terraforming. Those aren't really my strong suits. But we gotta all work on whatever it is that we're not particularly the greatest at. That's the only way we'll get better. It's the only way you'll get better as a builder, is if you practice and do the things that scare you a little bit. Just like making YouTube videos that you've never done before. Scares me a little bit. Alright, I think that looks fairly decent for a first go at a little olive tree, but he's a little bit lonely. So we are going to go make a little pond for him. You know what? We'll even throw in a little tropical fish. Oh, I always do that. So let's say we'll just carve out a little bit of a pond. We'll go like that. Just fill this all up. And we'll throw in 3 fish. Just for fun's sake. Now I want to get some bone meal. And go around wherever there's the grass here. Just kind of sprinkle it around. Want to get some grass and flowers in here. But I don't actually want any of these double tall grass. They just look a little bit too unkempt, or let's say just like you need to mow your lawn. Oh. But I do like having a little bit of the flowers in there and having some of the shorter long grass, if you know what I mean. Alright, and I think there'll be one last thing to do before the exterior of this build is done. We want some oak leaves. Oh, you know what, actually, we'll go with the dark oak leaves. Just because. And we're going to go around the outside of this house and sprinkle in a little bit of bushes. Just to kind of break up the pure white of it all. Wrap around this corner. Now we don't want to do it like under every window, kind of, so we don't make it look so inorganic, but you know, just little bits of bush everywhere. We'll stick 2 down here on this end. And 1 on this corner. And then we'll do kind of 1 in between these windows. And then 1 over here as well. And then we'll do 1 here. And that'll be the last bush. Well guys, it looks like that's gonna be it for this first video. The exterior is all complete on our ancient Greek inspired house. I like how it's turning out, and I hope you guys do too. But you can always just let me know down in the comments section below what you did or did not like about this build. Next episode will definitely be out sooner than this one was, and it's going to be the interior of this house. So, if you're looking forward to that, stay tuned. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys all in the next building tutorial. See ya!